Hello and welcome to MGTracey. So today I was going to show you how to service and clean your Dyson V15, but you will find a lot of the same techniques will work with most of the Dyson stick vacuums. So although the very latest V15 has a lot of facilities to let it deal with hair, anti-tangle, anti-cone, what you will find is stuff still gets tangled in the actual vacuum near the motor. So let's just go through cleaning the first part of this, which is the debris drum. So the main machine itself, there's two parts here that you need to look after and clean. The first is your main filter at the back here, and you can see this is marked with a tap. You need to give this a rinse off. It's particularly this bit rather than a lot of the fins that's inside here. You need to rinse this off once a month and then let that dry. I have it like that on the radiator as long as it doesn't get too hot, or you could put it in the sun, but you need to make sure this is really dry before you can reuse it in the machine. That goes for anything we're doing today, and I'll just gently dust this down with a brush and then rinse off or tap any dust in there. Depends how hard the machine's been working, but once a month is about right for this. If you find that this is actually a bit too far gone, you can find, I'll put the links below, there are other manufacturers that make copies of this now, compatibles of this, and obviously that just clicks back on there, unlocks. Now the other thing we're going to look at here is if you're having debris left in the drum. I've put down some paper here because the jobs we're doing today we are going to get a bit of dust, so we're just going to do how you would normally open it, and you can see the debris comes out, but you still got bits and pieces trapped here. So in order to release that, you're now looking for number one here, and then you will find that the whole drum comes off. This allows you to get at any hairs that have got caught in the machine. And so although the heads themselves now don't tend to get too tangled, a lot of these hairs still get caught there. So get yourself a nice paintbrush and just brush this down. There's another filter here with this metal screen, so make sure you've cleaned that off. You can give it a little gentle tap to release any bits and pieces inside. The drum itself, what you've got to watch for this also when you close it, that you don't trap hairs there, because you're then breaking the seal. But for this, really all you need to do is a little microfibre in there. Just give that a good clean round. If it's particularly bad, use a damp cloth and then another microfibre to dry it. This one isn't so bad, so we can just get rid of most of the debris. There's a little bit in the lid there we can see, so we'll just wipe round with the microfibre, and that's all we need to do on that one. And then you're lining it back up here like that, and then just push your number one to release again, and you'll find it all clicks back in, and there, that's the main bit all done, clean, good as new. Now we're going to have a look at some of the heads that need a bit of attention. One of the new attachments you've got with the V15 is this new tapered anti-tangle screw for hair, and you'll find you've got a movable plate here. So just to open this one, all we're going to do is move that plate there. You'll find there's a little red switch that you come, and now you're pushing this way just to separate these two. So you need a little bit of force there just to pull that. This gives you access to all of that there, and again you can just zoom over that with the microfibre, and if there are any hairs that have built up that have managed to beat their way through Dyson's clever system, because the idea here is as it's spinning, it's got a motor inside there, that the hairs are basically getting thrown off the end and then up the vacuum. So that's how you could get any bits and pieces that have got trapped in there. I haven't actually used this one this much, and I don't have a pet. So lining it back up is important to put this back on, and you'll see there, this is the most important bit. Can you see there, you're lining those two bits up, that lug and that there, and then that should just push in. That just locks in there, and then put your switch back, and you're all done. You've got your nice anti-tangle screw all clean and ready to go. This is your anti-tangle cone now. Again, this is something that's changed on the V15. The overall dimensions of the unit are the same as before. Also, don't forget you have a button here that can increase or decrease the suction if you are having trouble with it on carpets. And what that's doing is it's moving those bars in there, which will affect your suction. So this one's pretty good now at keeping itself clean. Remember, you've got carbon fibre filaments in here, so if you do have an allergy to carbon fibre, make sure you've got some gloves on. The only thing I've found with these is you can get a bit mucky on this glass, which doesn't really make any difference. It just doesn't make it look as appealing. So in order to get at this, you just need to twist a coin in here and you'll find the hole. So there is the brush bar. One of the things that's different to Dysons to the majority of the Sharks is because the motors fit inside the rollers, you need to make sure this bit is clean. But what that actually gives you as an advantage is you do actually really get edge-to-edge cleaning. If you think in a Shark, you've got a motor sitting here and then you've got a giant elastic band that is moving 1 or 2 bars around, and that means you lose some of the width of the head. With the Dysons, with the direct drive motor inside, that doesn't happen. So with this one again, you're just now going over your brush, make sure it should spin freely like that. Just give it a good dusting down, and if there's any dust inside, get your microfibre in there, clean that. Remember, that's where the motor's going. We don't want any dust getting into the motor. You can see in there now these new cones. Now that's an addition, and that is dragging hairs off here. And then the last thing that I like to do is to make sure you've cleaned your little view window here. If you just push that all the way through, you can then waggle it a little bit and you'll find that you'll be able to get that screen back completely clear. This normally happens if you get something wet sucked up. A piece of banana, something like that. Doesn't actually affect the machine, it just doesn't look so nice, does it, if you've got dirt and debris and food on the inside of your window there. So in order to redock that one now, we're just going to feed that through. So just to push that back over the motor, you've got a flat piece here. That should be there, and you should find that should go in, and then just to lock, you turn it and your flat piece has gone level with that. So it's very easy. Turn and it'll pop out, push, get it level, lock that, and there you are, you're ready to go. So for me, the most exciting part of the Dyson V15 is the new laser detect. It's not a gimmick, it is really useful on hard floors. It will show you where dust and dirt is, and I actually found a screw that's been missing quite a long time that came out of one of the chairs, and the system literally lit it up. It was awesome. However, again, you need to make sure keep this nice and clean, give it a brush, and for me, this clear bit on the top, making sure that stays nice. This obviously here is your on-off button for the laser. And the way you open this one up is here. You're just going to pull down on this, no coin needed, and then again you should be able to gently pull out the whole of the roller. There's your internal direct drive motor, and I, as with the other one, go behind here and just go up and down this to clean that glass, keep it looking pristine. What you need to do is give it a little tap. Remember, the motor sits in here and you will get some dust and debris in there eventually, so give that a little clean, just see how much comes out. And again, with your paintbrush, just buff up the rollers. You can actually wash these, but unless you've been, for some reason, vacuuming outside and got it filthy, it really doesn't matter. Remember, you've got carbon fibre in here again, so if you have an allergy to that, be careful, and just watch the end bit here that you can see. I don't know if you can pick that up, look, that has managed to get some hairs there that's wrapped around that bit, so we need to get those all out. Another one there, look. No matter how clever these machines, human hairs seem to beat all the technology and get where you don't want them to get. Good, that's splendid. So we'll now we'll drop that one back in. So again, we're sliding over the motor very carefully. If anything doesn't feel right and you feel you're forcing, please stop. We don't want to break anything. You're lining things up here, and it should just click like that. And then we're just now going to click that one down. And there we are. And it should be fine. Quite a few hairs come off there. Lovely. There are some other little sort of microfibre patches built in here, and they tend to get a bit dusty as well, so give them a good dust. And there we are. That is all there is really to looking after and servicing your Dyson V15. I've got hundreds of different videos, from every coffee machine to pretty much every vacuum I've been able to lay my hands on. How to make the best cotton candy, it's all on this channel, so please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. This is Paul from London, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheerio for now.